Hollywood is famous for incredible transformations, but behind the spotlight are stories of courage and authenticity that will completely change how you see these celebrities. Today, we're uncovering 10 remarkable journeys of individuals who chose truth over conformity, authenticity over approval. These aren't just celebrity stories, they're masterclasses in human bravery. From groundbreaking pioneers to beloved TV stars, each person risked everything to live their truth in an industry that often demands perfection. Get ready for an unforgettable experience, because these stories will inspire you and remind you that the greatest performance is simply being yourself. Laverne Cox, from survival to stardom. Laverne Cox became a trailblazer through her powerful role as Sophia Bursett in Orange is the New Black, portraying a transgender woman navigating prison life with authenticity that captivated audiences worldwide. Born in Mobile, Alabama, Laverne knew from childhood she was different, drawn to feminine expression despite facing relentless bullying. Dance became her sanctuary, the one place where she could express her true spirit without judgment. Raised in a deeply religious environment, she was taught her feelings were sinful, leading to overwhelming guilt. In 6th grade, the pain became unbearable, and she attempted suicide by swallowing pills. That dark moment could have ended everything. Instead, surviving became her turning point. Moving to New York City, Laverne fully embraced her identity and began transitioning. Her breakthrough role didn't just launch her career, it humanized transgender experiences for millions of viewers. Beyond acting, she's become a powerful advocate for transgender rights, using her platform to fight for acceptance and equality, inspiring countless individuals to embrace their authentic selves. Chanel West Coast, Internet's wildest rumor. One of the Internet's most bizarre rumors claims that Lee Norris, the nerdy, glasses-wearing Stuart Minkus from Boy Meets World, somehow transformed into rapper and TV personality Chanel West Coast. This strange theory spread like wildfire due to some superficial resemblance between the blonde, bespectacled characters. People genuinely began asking, is this really true? Let's clear this up immediately. Lee Norris and Chanel West Coast are completely different people with entirely separate careers. Lee continues acting in shows like The Walking Dead and Girl Meets World, while this peculiar rumor has overshadowed his legitimate work. Meanwhile, Chanel has built her own entertainment empire as a rapper, actress, and the vibrant personality from Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, captivating audiences with her wit and natural charm. When asked about this mix-up, Chanel responded with remarkable humor and understanding, admitting she felt sorry for Lee since the rumor made people think he no longer existed. She wisely pointed out that transitioning is a deeply personal journey that shouldn't be trivialized, showing maturity and compassion in her response. Amazon Eve, standing tall against all odds. Born William and now known as Erica Irvin, Amazon Eve made history as a trailblazing supermodel. Standing at an astounding 6 feet 8 inches, she was always impossible to overlook and today holds the title of world's tallest female model. With such extraordinary height, standing out was inevitable, but what once made her self-conscious, enduring countless "how's the weather up there" jokes, eventually became her greatest strength. Erica's modeling career was just the beginning. She ventured into acting, most notably playing Amazon Eve in American Horror Story, Freak Show. Interestingly, the character was originally written for a man portraying a woman, so she auditioned presenting as male and only revealed her transgender identity after landing the role. Her towering presence on screen, paired with the world's smallest woman, created unforgettable imagery that beautifully showcased the power of diversity. However, her journey wasn't without struggles. When she chose to transition, her family didn't support her, leading to painful estrangement. Despite the heartache, Erica remained determined not to let family rejection hinder her happiness, instead focusing on building an authentic life true to herself. Anthony Perkins, Hollywood's hidden complexity. The man who terrified audiences as Norman Bates in Psycho led a private life far more complex than any character he portrayed. Anthony Perkins quickly rose to Hollywood stardom, earning an Oscar nomination for Friendly Persuasion, but his personal relationships defied conventional expectations. For years, Perkins had numerous same-sex relationships with well-known figures including Rock Hudson, Tab Hunter, and Rudolph Nureyev. These relationships remained carefully private in an era when such revelations could destroy careers. Then, unexpectedly, he married photographer Barry Berenson while she was 3 months pregnant. This union shocked many friends, with actress Venetia Stevenson commenting, "I was so shocked when I heard Tony got married. I thought, no way, Tony is so gay." Despite widespread skepticism, Perkins and Berenson had 2 children and remained together until his death in 1992 from HIV-related complications. His story reminds us that human sexuality and love are far more complex than simple labels can capture, and that even Hollywood's golden age was filled with hidden truths and authentic relationships existing in the shadows. Cary Grant, love beyond society's rules. Born Archibald Alexander Leach, Cary Grant became Hollywood's epitome of charm and sophistication. But behind that polished image was a man whose most meaningful relationship quietly challenged every social convention of his time. In 1932, on the set of Hot Saturday, Grant met fellow actor Randolph Scott, beginning a bond that would define both their lives for decades. The two men moved in together, creating a renowned home called Bachelor Hall that was even featured in Architectural Digest. Their connection went far beyond sharing residence, symbolizing a profound bond that quietly challenged societal norms of love and companionship. Despite rumors and society's pressures, their relationship endured through marriages, career changes, and decades of friendship. Stories circulated of them holding hands late at night at the Polo Lounge, observed only by discreet waitstaff who understood the depth of their connection. Their relationship remained Hollywood's most carefully guarded secret, but those close knew it was much more than friendship. This extraordinary bond lasted until the very end. Scott passed away just months after Grant, reinforcing their deep and lasting love. Fallon Fox, fighting for athletic equality. Fallon Fox made history as the first openly transgender athlete in mixed martial arts, but her journey to the octagon was filled with struggle and determination that extends far beyond sports. Born in Toledo, Ohio, Fallon realized early she didn't fit traditional expectations. She felt more comfortable around girls, but struggled to express this truth in a world where gender roles were strictly enforced. When she came out as transgender to her family, the reaction was devastating. Her mother strongly rejected her identity, her father believed it could be fixed, leading to the trauma of conversion therapy, society's cruel attempt to change something that was never broken. Despite lacking family support, Fallon made the brave decision to transition and live authentically. Entering MMA was already tough for women, but as a transgender athlete, she faced unprecedented scrutiny. Critics argued that being assigned male at birth gave her unfair physical advantages. The scientific debate became deeply personal, with Fallon facing not just professional challenges, but attacks on her very right to compete. Yet she refused to back down, continuing to fight both in the cage and against discrimination, proving that transgender athletes deserve equal opportunities in sports. Fallon Fox, fighting for athletic equality. Fallon Fox made history as the first openly transgender athlete in mixed martial arts, but her journey to the octagon was filled with struggle and determination that extends far beyond sports. Born in Toledo, Ohio, Fallon realized early she didn't fit traditional expectations. She felt more comfortable around girls, but struggled to express this truth in a world where gender roles were strictly enforced. When she came out as transgender to her family, the reaction was devastating. Her mother strongly rejected her identity, her father believed it could be fixed, leading to the trauma of conversion therapy, society's cruel attempt to change something that was never broken. Despite lacking family support, Fallon made the brave decision to transition and live authentically. Entering MMA was already tough for women, but as a transgender athlete, she faced unprecedented scrutiny. Critics argued that being assigned male at birth gave her unfair physical advantages. The scientific debate became deeply personal, with Fallon facing not just professional challenges, but attacks on her very right to compete. Yet she refused to back down, continuing to fight both in the cage and against discrimination, proving that transgender athletes deserve equal opportunities in sports. Gigi Gorgeous, public journey of private truth. Gigi Gorgeous made a revolutionary choice when she decided to document her transition journey on YouTube, sharing her most personal transformation with millions of strangers worldwide. Starting as Gregory creating beauty and fashion content, her channel evolved as her understanding of her identity deepened. What began as makeup tutorials became one of the most honest documentations of gender transition ever shared publicly. The courage required for this level of transparency cannot be overstated. Imagine transitioning while knowing every doctor's appointment, emotional moment, and physical change would be witnessed by millions of viewers. Gigi brought her audience along for every step, showing consultations, fears, excitement, and the gradual process of becoming her authentic self. She wasn't just creating content, she was creating a roadmap for others feeling alone in their journeys. The impact was immediate and profound. Young people worldwide reached out sharing their stories, thanking Gigi for showing them they weren't alone. Parents expressed gratitude for helping them understand their transgender children better. Her vulnerability became a bridge between the transgender community and broader public, proving that authentic sharing can create understanding across even the widest divides. Jazz Jennings, growing up authentic. Jazz Jennings is a prominent figure who captured public attention at just 6 years old during a Barbara Walters interview, confidently declaring that although assigned male at birth, she was truly a girl. From a young age, Jazz felt a deep connection to femininity, strutting in high heels and correcting her parents when they mistakenly used wrong pronouns. Her desire to align her body with her identity was so strong she once believed a magical fairy would come to transform her. Fortunately, Jazz's family supported her transgender identity early on, allowing her to embrace herself fully. This foundation enabled her to become one of the most visible advocates for transgender youth. As she grew older, Jazz chose to share her experiences through her TLC show, I Am Jazz, providing an inside look at both the challenges and triumphs of growing up transgender. Her openness made her a leading community voice and earned her a spot on Time magazine's list of 25 most influential teens in 2014. What truly sets Jazz apart is her unwavering self-confidence. When asked how she handles judgment, she responds with wisdom beyond her years. The only opinion that really affects me is my own, because I determine who I am, not anyone else. Chaz Bono, breaking family expectations. When Sonny and Cher welcomed their daughter Chastity in 1969, they likely never imagined the courageous path she would follow. Growing up in the public eye as the child of two legendary stars, Chastity was frequently in the spotlight, but behind the fame, something fundamental felt wrong. From an early age, she realized her true identity didn't align with society's expectations. Although she wore dresses and tried to fit assigned roles, it felt like squeezing into shoes that were too tight, uncomfortable, awkward, and simply wrong. As Chastity grew older, this unease intensified. She knew she wasn't the woman society expected her to be, but coming to terms with this truth was especially difficult as Cher's child, caught between societal pressures and internal conflict. In the late 2000s, Chastity made the courageous decision to transition and embrace his authentic self as Chaz. At 40, he underwent surgery and began hormone therapy, finally feeling at peace in his own body. Chaz didn't stop there. He made Hollywood history, becoming the first transgender man to play male roles in productions like The Secret Life of the American Teenager and American Horror Story. Cher also had her own acceptance journey, admitting that while she occasionally slips up with pronouns, her love and pride for Chaz are stronger than ever. Closing reflection. These aren't just transgender stories, they're stories about fundamental human courage required to live authentically. Each person we've discussed risked everything, careers, families, public approval, for the chance to be genuinely themselves. From Laverne Cox's survival and triumph to Jazz Jennings' childhood confidence, these individuals have paved the way for others to live truthfully. They challenge us to examine our own courage. How often do we hide parts of ourselves because we fear judgment? These 10 remarkable people remind us that the most beautiful thing you can be is yourself, even when that self doesn't fit society's expectations. They've created legacies of visibility and hope that extend far beyond individual achievements. In a culture obsessed with image and perfection, these brave souls have shown us that authenticity is actually our greatest strength. They've proven that being different isn't something to hide, it's something to celebrate. If these stories moved you or reminded you of the power of living authentically, share this video with others who need these messages of hope and courage. These remarkable individuals have shown us that the most powerful performance is simply being genuinely, courageously yourself.